Hi, welcome to my first video. What we're going to learn here today is we're going to learn about how to make money like a bunch of celebrities are doing on YouTube or on their Instagram from their followers. You can be just like them, so there's no need to think that that kind of money is out of your league as long as you have a fan base or you start to build up a fan base. There's no reason why you can't make money too. So I'm going to show you these expenses and then I'll show you the profit. What we see here on our paper are a list of expenses. The first set of expenses are for the brushes. If you want to get just your typical makeup brushes from any one of those wholesale websites like Alibaba or AliExpress. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing those names. Alibaba is a big wholesale site where you can be matched up with different manufacturers in China. So let's go. First up, I'm going to show you what your typical makeup brushes. These are like they're kind of like, I think the name for them on the website is usually glitter or diamond faceted makeup brushes. So let's just say for instance, you're working with a huge company or you have your own startup money and you want to buy 50,000 brushes. So we're going to say your wholesale cost is $3.62 per set of 7 brushes in a set. Now that's on the high side. We generally go lower than that, say about $2 a brush. But just for the sake of an example, I'm just going to say you're buying 50,000 and these particular brushes, since they're trendy, are $3.62 for a set of 7 brushes. Okay? So let's do the math here. $3.62 is what you're going to pay wholesale to a factory in China to deliver you 50,000 sets of brushes, makeup brushes. Your total price will be $181,000. Okay? Which is a bit on the high end. You can use your own examples and you can go through Alibaba and find a better rate. You can also negotiate with the vendors for a better rate with the manufacturers in China. Whatever price they say, you don't have to accept. Especially if you have a large order, that gives you more leverage the more money you're spending. Now if you're trying to buy smaller quantities, like let's say 100 brushes, you're going to pay more, or that'll probably be the actual price you will pay, as opposed to paying like $2 for a set of brushes that includes 7. Next we're going to go to, say you want to buy the cosmetic case. I'm going to insert a picture of it so you can see in my example where I found it on Alibaba. Okay, so say for instance the cosmetic case is going to cost you $2.50 wholesale from the Chinese manufacturer, and you want 50,000 of them, okay, to go with your makeup brushes. So that means you're going to be paying $125,000 out of your pocket for a cute PVC plastic cosmetic case. Remember, you can get this custom, so they can actually change the colors and the trim to whatever you desire. They're so amazing in China. They can make anything. Okay. So that means your total would be $3.62 times 50,000 is $181,000 for your brushes. $2.50 times 50,000 units would be $125,000 for your cosmetic case. So your total would be $306,000. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said that right. $306,000. Whoa, that sounds like a lot of money to spend, right, on just some makeup brushes and a cosmetic case. Well, Not really. So let me show you why. Now there's some other things we need to factor in when we're looking at expenses, okay? There's some things that I'm not quite sure what the price is. So you have to factor in shipping. How much is it going to cost you to ship your merchandise from China to wherever you live, wherever your garage is, your factory, your distribution center? So you're going to have to pay for shipping all those items. So I don't know what the cost of shipping is, but in my opinion, I think it averages between like $1 per item, depending on the weight. That could be wrong. I could be way off. I really don't know. Hence the IDK to the right of your screen. I really don't know. However, I'm going to guess that your shipping will cost you a total of $100,000 for all of those items. It's a guess. I could be way wrong. If you know what it really will cost, feel free to write it in the comments. Now, there's some other things we didn't factor in expense-wise. Don't forget, you need a label sleeve if you want to be super fancy. But if you don't have to buy it at all. So I didn't put a figure for that. But you can just guess what you think that will cost if you ask your manufacturer to create you a label. Okay. It shouldn't cost a lot. It's made out of like a low weight cardboard type paper. Now, as far as the logo goes, if you want to get really fancy and add your name, usually logos are a flat rate charge from what I know from working with manufacturers out of China at least. It's usually not that expensive for them to imprint your name on a product, depending on which method they use. So it really depends on the method. But I'm just going to say that we paid an extra $2,000, a flat rate fee, to stamp I'm the biggest influencer ever all over a cosmetic bag. How about that? Okay, if I'm wrong and you know the real price, put it in the comments. Okay, so we're going to say our total expenses add up to $408,000. So that includes our logo imprinted on our cosmetic bag, shipping, and the prices we pay times $50,000 for each item, our brushes and our cosmetic case. So that's a total of $408,000 in expenses. Now, because I'm not sure of the prices and these are all estimates, I just added $450,000. I added some more money and I made the total $450,000 in expenses. Give or take $1,000 here or there, just in case I made an error. That's like our margin of error right there. Okay, so we're going to say we spent $450,000 on cosmetic bags and makeup brushes, a PVC plastic cosmetic bag, and some makeup brushes, like glitter type makeup brushes. Okay, so next we're going to head on over to our profit. Okay, now remember, this is all hypothetically speaking. I don't really know these true figures. It's just an estimate. Okay, all right, so now let's take, we charge people $49.99 to come to the store and buy our cosmetic bag with 7 makeup brushes inside the bag. Okay, we decide we're going to sell 50,000, and we do sell 50,000 in a matter of days, actually, because we're so hot, right? We're a great influencer. People love us, and they will love you, just believe it. Okay, so next, multiply $49.99 per cosmetic bag / makeup brushes in a kit times 50,000 people. Now, mind you, most influencers, if they're really big, I'm sure they sell triple, quadruple the amount of merchandise. This is just an example. So if you sell $49.99 times 50,000 people come and buy your product, you make $2,499,500. Whoa, that's a lot of money, right? Well, hold on, not so fast. We have to subtract from our profit. You have to subtract your expenses. So we're going to say that we'll go back to our figure, remember? This figure. $450,000 in expenses. So we subtract that from our profit. So we take our profit minus our expenses, which there's actually a retail term. There's actually a retail term for that. I think I kind of forgot what it was. Will you write that in the comments for me? But that figure, maybe it is profit. That's your profit. So you take away, you made $2,499,500. You subtract $450,000 in expenses. And your total is profit, $2,049,500. Whew. That sounds like a nice chunk of change, right? Well, because it is. That is your profit. Okay? Not so bad. All you do is what? Pay your taxes on your profit and divide it up with, maybe if you collaborate with a big name company, maybe they'll get half. Maybe you only get $1 million. That's not bad, right? After you pay your taxes, maybe you'll only get $500,000. $500,000 isn't so bad, is it? I don't think so. So there. So now you have it. So if you feel like you're business oriented, or if you're just not that business oriented, start off small and you too can make money too. Bye.